And all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah. And he built Ethloth and restored it to Judah, after the king slept with his fathers. Uzziah was 16 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jecoliah of Jerusalem, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah had done. He set himself to seek God in the days of Zechariah, who instructed him in the fear of God. As long as he sought the Lord, God made him prosper. He went out and made war against the Philistines, and broke through the wall of Gath, the wall of Jabneh, and the wall of Ashdod, and he built cities in the territory of Ashdod, elsewhere among the Philistines. God helped him against the Philistines, and against the Arabians, who lived in Gurbal, and against Mennonites. The Ammonites paid tribute to Uzziah, and his fame spread even to the borders of Egypt, for he became very strong. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner of gate, and at the valley gate, and at the angle, and fortified them. And he built towers in the wilderness, and cut out many cisterns, for he had large herds, both in the Shephelah and in the plain. And he had farmers and vine dressers in the hills and in the fertile lands, for he loved the soil. Moreover, Uzziah had an army of soldiers fit for war, in divisions according to the numbers the muster made by Jeiel the secretary and Messiah the officer, under the direction of Hanani, one of the king's commanders. The whole number of the head of fathers' houses and the mighty men of valor was 2,600. Under their command was an army of 307,500, who would make war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for all the army shields, spears, helmets, coat of arms, bows, and stones for slinging. In Jerusalem he made machines invented by skillful men to be on the towers and on the corners to shoot arrows and great stones. And his fame spread far, for he was marvelously helped, till he was strong. But when he was strong, he grew proud, to his destruction. For he was unfaithful to the Lord his God, and entered the temple of the Lord to burn his incense on the altar of the incense. But Azariah the priest went in after him with 80 priests of the Lord, who were men of valor. And they withstood King Uzziah, and said to him, It is not for you, Uzziah, to burn incense to the Lord, but for the priests, the sons of Aaron, who are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for you have done wrong. It will bring you no honor for the Lord God. Then Uzziah was angry, for he had a censer in his hand to burn incense. And when he became angry with the priests, leprosy broke out on his forehead in the presence of the priests in the house of the Lord by the altar of incense. And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked at him, and behold, he was leprous in the forehead. And they rushed him out quickly, and he himself hurried to go out, because the Lord had struck him. And Uzziah was a leper to the day of his death, and became a leper, lived in a separate house, for he is excluded from the house of the Lord. And Jotham his son was over the king's household, governing the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, from first to last, Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, wrote. And Uzziah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the burial field that belonged to the king, for they said, He is a leper. And Jotham his son reigned in his place. 2 Chronicles chapter 26.